stuff. And so how me and Blue met, I was in one of his music videos, and it was just like so much chemistry, like day one, like it was just undeniable, like we was just vibing, and I wasn't even the main girl either, but somehow ended up being the main girl. Okay. So that worked out for me.
It happens sometimes.
Yeah, just natural chemistry, and we ended up exchanging contacts, and we stayed in touch after that. And then like a few months later was when he was like doing the show. So I seen on the Shade Room that he was doing the show, and I was like, I'm trying to be on it. So I texted him like, what's up? And he's like, all right, just send me your audition tape or whatever. And then, so it was easy for me to like get on the show. Cause mind you, I knew Blue way before Chrisean knew Blue. So I feel like people kind of don't like get the story, but I knew Blue way before Chrisean did. And he met Chrisean
but she ended
from
up
the
with
show.
them.
So that's how he, that's how she got, what's the word? Noticed, I guess. So yeah, so that's how she got noticed or whatever. But after the show, he wanted to sign me and Chrisean or whatever. And mind you, me and Blue are kind of like open. So it's not like we're, like, I'm like, this my man. And I, like, I'm just not that type. Like, 'cause I like girls too. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you say poly or what.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Are you in a, like, more of a poly relationship kind of?
Well, we're not poly right now, but like, we would be. Like, we've had, threesomes and done a few things. With some friends and stuff. And it was fun, you know what I mean? And
Hey guys, back with another video, but before I start, make sure you smash that like button. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you do so, making sure that notification bell is on with the option all, so when I upload these videos, you are the first one to watch. Also, make sure to leave a comment on this video. So, as we all know, ChriseanRock is out of jail, and people are going to obviously pick up 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛 for purposes only, because we know she never carries any receipts. We know she has lied about pregnancies. We know she has lied about being in a real relationship with Blueface, maybe a side chick, but or one night stand, or whenever I need you type of convenience. She's been that kind of a girl to Blueface, but never a serious relationship. But we have a channel holder that even put in the title Blueface's girlfriend, when everyone knows this is almost like these two girls are a household name, Jaden Alexis and ChriseanRock, that these are, if you're going to say girlfriends or baby's mamas, are the only two that exist right now, going back and forth with this love triangle with Blueface. 𝗪𝗛𝗧𝗖𝗛 is not even a factor. And it seems like every time she does an interview, she makes herself a factor. She makes up storylines on these interviews, and the interviewers, just like myself and you guys as viewers, we know she is known on social media to make up full-blown stories. She never retracts them. She never gets on live and admits that she made it up for publicity. She never does any of that, but yet and still people put her on their podcasts and channels like her word is her bond, and she's literally making up storylines. They're not the truth. They know it's not the truth unless they're living within a lie in themselves, and they listen to what she has to say. It is insane.
Was what it was, and it was a great time. But I feel like he was expecting that with Chrisean and me, and he kept me and her in the house, and it was just not the vibe. She was not like,
that wasn't your.
The audio that's going in and out is on their end, so please do not get on my case.
Thing, yeah,
she's more like, that's mine.
Yeah, she is more,
but Blue was not like, he was telling her like, no, like you need to like be cool with her, like telling her, But basically, why there's this big gap, I just was going through something personally. And I had my own place still, and I moved to LA with him in his house, and I had to like figure out my things with my family, and I had all these things going on. And then also like I was letting comments like get to me. I don't think I was like mentally ready for like all of that, because it was a lot. I had my kid with me. They're talking about, we're gonna call CPS on there, like like commenters be trolling. So it was like getting to me, and when they said that, I'm like crying to Blue. I'm like, they're talking about calling CPS, and I grew up in foster care, so that,
you're like, that's triggered. Not gonna happen.
That's
so I kind of like got like over.
I get that could have triggered her to CPS. I think it would trigger anybody, but I think also what triggered Bonnie Lachey was because she keeps saying it in all the interviews since she just popped out of nowhere that she knew him first, maybe a couple of months knowing him first, but Chrisean Rock met him around the same time too, from what I'm even hearing from this recent interview that she did just a couple of days ago or a day ago. However, you also needed to leave because you were not the shining light. You saw that Chrisean Rock was, and you didn't like that attention that she was getting. So that's why you left. And also, the fame, the stardom of fame wasn't happening fast enough. You didn't want to stay around and go through the grind like Chrisean Rock did. And that's why Chrisean Rock blew up and you didn't. And that is what the problem is. This is why you will lie on this girl's name because hurt people hurt people.
Overwhelmed with it all, and I just was like, I don't even know how to even. And then Chrisean acting wishy-washy. One day she don't. One day she's like, let's pray. I don't know.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all got a vibe about that one.
Yes, I really didn't get the dynamic. I was trying to figure out how I fit into this situation. And obviously I didn't have to go anywhere, but like I just felt like I had more to lose at the time. I have a kid and I have a place, and obviously like I have to figure that out too. And it was like I had anxiety, so I ended up, leaving, and just I took like a moment to just
You wasn't the
get my life
priority.
together and just take care of my kid
Yeah.
and figure out what I really want to do. And I figured out that I really want to do music, and I really love Blue. And even with that space, we still messed around. We're still hanging out. I just wasn't in the limelight because that's not what I really wanted at that time. I didn't think I was like fully ready. I wasn't that confident. I went on the show to actually
blow up,
gain
but you didn't.
confidence. And I used to be the type of person that like let people like what do you call, like, take advantage or be like, and I kind of used to be a quiet person, very shy.
Right.
And now I feel like I'm like out of my shell and I just don't give her. I'm like fun, wild, and I'm just like I am, like I'm here, like
you get to be yourself now.
I'm here, like
Right.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's pretty much how like that whole situation like transpired to, and then
So then at that point you started telling him about music, and then he was like, oh, let me get you involved with me because he's doing her label.
Yeah, so it was his label.
Right.
And actually, like, I guess they believed in me so much that his manager Wack wanted to sign me as well.
Okay.
Chrisean didn't get that offer, so he just was trying to figure out how he could fit us into this situation.
She don't know what Chrisean got. Because let me tell you something, just like Jaden Alexis and what's going on with Chrisean Rock, that's been going on for years. He tells Jaden Alexis one thing and he tells Chrisean Rock another. And honey, and when you was like the third wheel at that time, he was telling you something else. This is why you feel so your duty to get up here and state whatever you had going on with Blueface. But for what? Nobody really cares. You wasn't seen in the public with him. Aren't you sitting back because you do have now time for yourself as well to sit and think back? Wow, when there were sightings of Blueface with a woman on his arm, it was either Jaden Alexis or Chrisean Rock. We never seen sightings of you and Blueface, and I'm quite sure that if you were at any type of events or even on the low key, paparazzis would have shot pictures of those sightings. And the only time that you were either seen in public or on social media was when you was on that show. Other than that, it was probably a surprise when you popped out of nowhere that there were other encounters that were intimate and screamed that you thought you were in a relationship with Blueface, and Chrisean Rock and Jaden Alexis just found out just like we did.
But I guess like I didn't really believe in myself or my music at that time as much because I was still new. Like it was still COVID, and I just started music.
Right.
So I was like, I sound a little robotic in the song. Like I tried to figure it out, but he saw the star in me. He saw the potential, and Blue believed in me first before anybody else. So that's why I will always have love for him. He took
pattern of behavior, he acts like a PIMP, and I'm not trying to say he might genuinely do see the good in these young women that attract themselves to him, thinking that they're gonna come up or get pregnant by him and then become millionaires because they're associated with Blueface, and he's supposed to be so-called allegedly a millionaire. But he likes to pick women that come from broken homes, have broken lives, and he likes to tell them what they want to hear so that he can use them to gain, for Blueface to gain. Now they're going to get opportunities as well from him, and you never really heard of any victims come forth saying that they haven't. The ones that he has, put in his life, which we only really know of Chrisean Rock and 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪🐋. However, Blueface does and says things for the gain of Blueface so that he can eat. And we always heard in the past, and also in the interview that 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 did, and that I had, presented on my channel, that Jaden, which is she's brainwashed, the brain has been washed, believes, because it's been told to her over and over again for years, that he does this because he's trying to eat. He's trying to make things better for his family. He runs that sort of game. I'm quite sure the way he spits it is not the way I'm spitting it. It's probably not really mature how he does, the explanation when he's running the brainwash game and stuff to either Chrisean Rock or 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪�ם flip-flops back and forth between the two. So he has to flip-flop the popcorn talk, popcorn pimp talk, back and forth between them and making them believe the vision when we really know that there's no vision. All Blueface's vision is a come up for him getting the bag and also getting between the sheets with all these women.
Care of me to hear my son. Like, he still takes care of me to this day. And it's just like,
Girl,
I can't
stop.
be like, that's like something that a woman, especially because I'm independent, like, it's hard for me to allow people to just take care of me or control some things too.
Okay.
So that was another reason that I was like got a little scared, because I'm like,
Okay.
this is like different. I'm living this mansion now, this whole life, and just leave my life behind. Like,
Right.
I'm like a little like
Liar.
like, I don't know, like a little puppy coming into like a doggy dog world,
Yeah, I was wondering, because I was like, okay, because we don't know what goes on, right? All we see is on
What social media shows us. Yeah,
for me,
on our feed,
I just feel like Blue looked like not a good person. You know what I'm saying? Just because of how the way he treated the women and how he didn't whatever. So I was just like, you know what I mean? And then you're shouting your love for him and stuff like that. But it works for you because you guys are open.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
also,
because usually if a person is exclusive, like my wife, ain't no way
Somebody
love,
get-
you know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can't fathom.
did what?
I can't
No.
fathom that. So, but for you, because I was like, she has to be capping, bro, because she's gonna let some other girl and do this and then
No,
do
I
that.
know,
I
so know, yeah.
I'm not, no disrespect.
Right.
and
I'm
you were
just
there
telling
first, and then Chrisean had a
right.
kid.
I'm just
or,
telling you
know
what
I
I'm
mean? So
saying.
it's
I'm like,
yeah.
what, like, do you guys like that toxicity
Toxicity.
or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Is that something that you guys thrive on, or what? Like, you know what I mean? So, but now that you're telling me this, it kind of opens up.
It makes more sense,
way
actually.
more sense.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know that, because I
Yeah.
was sitting there like, man,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, for
Like,
real,
what
like what? Like, she got, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
why are these women letting this dude take advantage of them like that? But it's technically it's not, because this is what you're into.
Right.
You
But
know what I'm saying?
also, it's
Sad.
Blue's like, I feel like it's also like he's the type, like, you allow him to treat you how you, or how am I saying this? You allow him to treat you how you want to.
He can only treat you the way you allow him to treat you. And you allow him to treat you like garbage. You allow him to treat you like an object. You allow him to treat you like you're a jump off and a side chick, and that's what he does. Why buy the cow when the milk is for free?
be treated. Did I say that right?
I understand what you're saying.
Like, I
yeah.
just like
You basically
like,
give him the inch of the mile,
Yeah,
whatever.
like,
You let you if
You
he
allow
I'm
it to
gonna
happen.
get this.
Basically, like, you gotta know what you want as a woman.
They're
like
all
me
hooked
and
on
Blue,
phonics.
we're the same age.
we're both Aquariuses, a week apart exactly, 7 days. He's January 20th. I'm January 27th.
What does that mean?
And I know what I want. Like, and I had a kid. You know, Chrisean was just more young and just wild, and she doesn't get it. And I get it because I'm okay with that. Like, that's what I want. Like, I'm cool with it, you know? And I feel like you allow somebody to treat you how you want to be treated. So if you want to, you know, their relationship was toxic and crazy, but everything was easy selling with me and him because I'm not gonna go crazy, and like I get the situation. He has a baby mom, first of all, so he has kids. You know, it's like there's different levels to certain things.
So you're playing your part. You just know what it is. You know what you get from him, and you're cool.
Yeah,
with that,
and we've already kind of messed around with other, you know, girls.
Yeah.
With
Well, why would she want to play her part? Because and we already know if he was really serious about her even being a side chick, which we know she's just exclusively a side chick, not a side chick with he's obsessed, which is strange, but she's a side chick and he's obsessed and she can't see any other people like he is with Chrisean Rock. When he's back with Jaden, he still expects Chrisean Rock to be single. And it bothers him when he sees another dude with Chrisean Rock and, you know, he's with Jaden Alexis. He wants her to be by herself while he's on a break from her. He's not like that. We never heard of that being like that with Bonnie Lachey. You know, she would have talked about it if Blueface was jealous about any relationships that she may have had over the duration of the time that she has known Blueface. That is not the situation. So why are you playing your part, your role? What role do you have with the dude that doesn't even claim you? And I'm quite sure when he gets out, you're going to help him blow up as father's using you as someone to drag that lied on his name the whole time he was in jail. So how are you playing your part?
so it's like, okay, if I can watch somebody else do something to him, like, okay, what's the worst situation? Like, if anything, I'd rather do it with him than him do it without me. You know what I mean? So
I hear you. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Don't
get any ideas or anything.
all that's already gone.
Okay.
We already
pour out a little
discussed
liquor
that.
for that right there.
You shut that down 16 years ago.
No,
she shut down 16 years. I was trying. I was like,
he
man,
did
let's
try
go.
though. He did
Let's
try
go.
to like.
I said, what if I
got
get you real drunk? I get you real drunk. You know what I'm saying? We
we
both
can
eat
try.
you out.
Yeah.
She get one lick. I get another lick. And
And then I was like, I will sober up so quick, and I will want to fight. And I, you know what I'm saying? That's not where we want to be. You know what I mean?
And then I grew up a little bit and I'm like, no, I don't want to. I want to handle that.
And right now, it could be just a phase, you know. But I'm not saying like it's just that's set in stone. But like that's what we've done before, and like, I'm okay with that.
Open.
You said yourself on an interview, honestly, you said, and it kind of shocked me too. I think that's probably the only thing that you told the truth about. But you lie so much, you probably don't even realize you were telling the truth on yourself. But you said on a live one time, it was an interview you was on, the main reason that you were attracted, and probably the only reason you're attracted to Blueface, because if you didn't have any money, you would probably not even be in this situation clowning yourself, pretty much. So don't make it seem like it's about the bond and how he's made you feel because of what you've been through in your life, and he's one of the only people that made you believe in you. Stop it. You are with Blueface. You are attracted to Blueface because of the fame and the money. You're not even attracted to the physical of Blueface. Chrisean Rock loves Blueface unconditionally. Now, it's sad that she does because she's loving someone that's not loving her as hard as she's loving him back. But that's who really, truly, genuinely loves Blueface. So all this little popcorn talk you talking up here, you need to really miss me with that one.
With it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
So, she said a phase. So is
it could be a phase. Yeah.
As far
It
as
could be,
as
yeah.
far as you liking women, is that a phase?
No, that's not a phase.
Okay,
But,
so
I mean,
with Blueface.
one day he can be like, all right, babe, I don't want nobody else, just you. Like, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to stop him. So
Right.
Okay.
I just kind of go off like his vibe. But I do like girls. I wanted to say something because earlier you had mentioned something about you thought Blue was like a bad guy or whatever because of all the stuff you see.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify that.
Yeah, clarify that, please.
He's not a bad guy at all. I mean, I know like he's had like certain relationships with people and that came you know, that looked a certain way. But from my experience, like, he's never put his hands on me. Like, he's always been a good guy. He's took care of me. Like, he's never done anything that's, like, weird. Because, like I said, our relationship just was different. Like, just easygoing, easy selling. So I do want to clarify, Blue is not a bad guy.
Yeah,
he's
most
very
definitely.
nice guy. And if you guys ever meet him, like, he's very chill, very smart, very just, like, down to earth. Like, he's an Aquarius. I'm not just saying that because he's
No.
But, like, for real, he's a very...
We're both water signs, so
Yeah,
we'll get
he's
along.
a very sweet guy. And, like, he's just, like...
No, that's good. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's nice that you came in here and told us because, bro, I'll be like looking, I'm like, man,
I mean,
bro.
look at the girl he
You know
was
what I'm
dealing
saying?
with. I'm sure that
saying?
brought out a lot of the stuff that he wasn't even trying to bring out because look how she
Here we go. A woman or young woman in denial. You are brainwashed. Can't nobody make no man be who he is or mistreat a woman the way Blueface or any man on this universe does. And I'm not saying all men do that to women. Don't make excuses up for Blueface. This is why he's able to manipulate your mind and have you literally on social media running after someone who's not even claiming you. Because look at what you're saying. You sound crazy.
acts, you
Right.
know?
That's true.
But
And
you don't-
also,
do
that's
you
something
think that-
I didn't want to be around.
Do you think
either.
hear
that
that, yeah.
she reacts like that because of him? Or
Yep.
is it just her
No,
being
that's
just,
her.
just being her?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
her
So
being
she
her.
you have two of them. You have Kirsch and then you have the other girl.
Jaden.
Well, Jaden's like out of this because she doesn't do anything.
don't
She
go-
didn't
she just-
care.
she don't
Yeah,
care.
it doesn't count. Like, not like that. But
Wasn't,
No, I
wasn't she,
know, yeah.
wasn't she on the label too?
You don't count
No.
either.
not,
She has kids with him.
Yeah.
It's like the first.
So
big
that's all
one.
that-
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
he
saw that.
just blew her up,
Yeah.
like, recently.
Yeah, she just
Recently.
came
Jaden
down
Alexis
recently.
is
I think,
on
within the
MILF
past few months
music.
or whatever she did a show here.
Okay, so she's not part of that. So it's the one bad one. You know, the one.
Chrisean.
Yeah, Chrisean.
But yeah, no, she's like that. She's just wild.
I just-
She's definitely, you know, and this is just off my experience. You
Yeah.
know,
Of
course,
people
yeah.
all have their own opinions about this girl. And also, you know, she has diehard fans and stuff, so people hate me or whatever, but a lot of people love me because I'm keeping it
No.
real. Like, I don't have to just do the most, you know, like, she'd be here and she'd be on your table right now jumping up and down. Like, she does like the craziest things. So it's like,
I mean, from what I've seen on her shows she be on, yeah, she
Yeah.
she
just
does a
full,
lot.
yeah.
So like,
she actually just went and I think she's in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
What I just
Well,
saw,
she went.
she's
she pulled
facing
up
like she's
at
facing like
court
they-
and had a warrant or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, they deported her. But,
she's going back.
What's the
going
word?
back to
Extra,
what
is
Cali-
it extradite? Extradite, or that's the word? Extra.
They
extra,
put her-
extra-
yeah.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Border Patrol got
You know
her.
what I'm saying? My bad, bro.
No.
Players.
We
You know what I'm
fuck up,
saying? You know what I'm saying? They said she's facing 8 years. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh,
I
that's-
don't know.
that's
Hopefully
crazy.
she not. You know, I don't wish that on
I mean,
nobody.
I don't wish any
I
bad
don't
on
wish that on
anybody.
Do
nobody.
your research.
I mean, we have our differences. She did
Yeah.
some grimy never do to somebody, to
Yeah.
me, but I still don't wish that on her. And actually, I feel for her, and I feel like, you know, the situation is unfortunate as
You feel for her or you feel for yourself, because I'm quite sure if something was to happen and she did a long bid like that, which we know she's not looking at 8 years, but this is just receipt that there are people in social media have platforms as well, and bloggers on top of vloggers as in YouTubers who are spewing these allegations all around social media about this. She's facing 8 years. Stop the press. That girl is not doing no 8 years for not keeping up with probation.
you know, for her. But like, honestly, like, it's just kind of like karma too. Like, you kind of have to watch what you do to people. You can't just go around hitting people. You can't just go around
Right.
doing people grimy, because these are the kind of consequences you get. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Right.
Like I said, I feel like I'm chosen, you know? Well, not I don't feel, I know I'm chosen. And in every situation that I'm in, God moves me accordingly. So at the time, people don't understand like why I left, but like, and maybe I didn't even understand at the time, but like, I left because that's what God told me to do. He moved me to just get out of the situation. He knew it just wasn't the best at the time. And now I'm back into the situation, but it's like, perfect. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is like perfect, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like God's always gonna have my back, and I just like, I feel bad for her, but you just can't really do and think that, you know, you're untouchable, because you very much could be touched.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna catch up to you
Yeah.
eventually. Just before this, you was talking about God moved you and put you in a position. So is this a different spiritual journey that you're having?
See, this is what I don't like when people put God in the mix of mess, because this girl, I'm not trying to say she don't believe in God. We're not even going to touch on religion right now. But there is nothing spiritual about your soul when you sit up there and everything you say on somebody's name is a lie or character assassinating somebody. You better not. I pause it so we're going to all hear at the same time what she has to say on that question. But do not put God in this, 𝗪𝗔𝗧𝗖𝗛. Please do not, ma'am. Have several seats with that one.
Or has this always been a foundation?
No, God always been a foundation for me.
Ooh,
He's
child.
always been something that I've always had in my heart and in my mind, and I always, every time I make a move or before I make a decision, I do ask God and I pray and I'm like, what should I do? You know, when I was little, before church, because this is at the time where I'm getting like abused and stuff. I'm like 3 years old, and I'm asking
You're
God,
getting
like,
abused that young?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I like sound shaky about it because it's kind of, but
Yeah.
I always had God, and God, like, he's always had my back. Like every time, I just didn't know how.
So this is what I mean. Like, Chrisean Rock is a product of her environment. You know, like a lot of times, even me. You know, if she wasn't, the day she got out and went live, wasn't drinking under the influence of any drugs or alcohol, like, you know, weed. Let me confirm that when I say drugs or alcohol, then, you know, the way her behavior is, and I'm quite sure a lot of the way she moves sometime when she really should be responsible and kind of mature when she's talking to an audience, it's because of the generational curses. It's the upbringing. It's the not having the parenting skills, not coming from that good cloth because the parents were being selfish. The parents were active, allegedly active in the street on drugs and not putting their kids first. And this is what happens. You become a product of your environment. So how are you criticizing Chrisean Rock and you came from a similar environment? If anything, you should be uplifting each other, saying we're both going through the same thing with the same man. Let's band together and get away from this. Let's make each other stronger. Let's build each other, not drag each other down. Build each other up and stop dragging each other down.
Something was gonna work out for me, it did, and
Was you able to reconcile with your mom at all ever?
yeah,
Yeah,
she's
of
in my
course she
life
did.
She's
now.
in your life now.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
So I reunited with my real family at 14. So I reunited with them. I was actually at this like boarding school, Sample School Academy. It's like in Escondido. And yeah, and I reunited with them. I seen my mom again, and now like me and my mom are actually super close. And I don't
Too
hold
close.
her to any of this stuff. Like people do make mistakes. Like her mistake was kind of because all her kids went through stuff. But we're currently like getting all of our siblings together. Like we actually just found another one of our brothers.
Okay.
And so I don't know, maybe me like on my journey is bring my family together
bring
more
family
because
together,
now people are like, oh, I'm looking for my brother or my sister, and they see us like, so I'm
No,
like,
seriously, that could happen. Somebody to go through.
Well, I still wish 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 the best. I see that now that Chrisean Rock hasn't even really but one time went live, and then the time when Smiley the other day had her on the video with her other dude friend. um you know, that was talked about, and you know, there's things going around. People are saying now that those two sightings of Chrisean since she's been out of jail has emerged, but we already know this is just the beginning of the character assassinating and the lies, no receipts on 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛's part. This is going to be comical. People just sit back and watch. Don't take it personal. We're all used to this girl 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗖𝗛 popping out of nowhere and just doing what she does. I mean, if anything, we just should know that in this day and age, you can't take anyone for face value. All you can do is just watch. Don't do nothing crazy, because at the end of the day, these people are living with themselves, and trust and believe in the inside, they are hurting. And what do hurt people do? Hurt people hurt people. So no one's above life's classroom. Let people be who they are. If they want to be great, let them feel like they're great. You just have to live in your truth and do what you have to do to make things work for you. And never character assassinate nobody to get there.